Hello? Is this the right line account for Clara Hartford?
Yes, can I help you?
Nice to meet you. My name's Judy. I've heard so much about you from Sam. You're Sam's wife, right?
Yes, Sam is my husband. But who are you? Are you one of Sam's employees?
Employee? LMAO, no. I'm his girlfriend.
His girlfriend? You know you're dealing with a married man, don't you? What you are is typically called a mistress, not a girlfriend.
Lol, you've got it all wrong. I'm not Sam's mistress. I'm his true love.
I see. So, what can I do for you, Miss Sam's true love?
Lol, isn't it obvious? I want you to break up with him. Give him a divorce, okay? You're just getting in our way.
Excuse me? How am I getting in your way?
Duh. I can't marry Sam until you divorce him, you dried-up old hag. You're getting in the way of our love. Get it now? LOL.
Yes, it's all very clear now.
Oh, and by the way, I'm pregnant, and Sam's the father.
Is that so?
I'm in my 6th month. You wouldn't want this baby to grow up in a fatherless home, would you? Wouldn't that be sad? So hurry up and give him a divorce, LOL. A rich and powerful CEO like Sam deserves a young and beautiful wife like me. Not an old hag like you.
All right, I've heard your piece. If you're really pregnant, I suppose there's only one thing to do. I'll go and have a talk with Sam. Could you wait for just a moment?
Sure, whatever. But be quick, okay?
Sam, I just got a message from a girl named Judy. She says she's pregnant with your baby.
Wait, what? Hold on. Oh, boy.
I saw her profile picture. She seems quite young. How old is she, Sam?
23, I think.
She's more than 20 years younger than you? You're old enough to be her father. Aren't you a lucky man? I believe I remember you telling me you'd never do this again.
Well, you see, it's like this.
I told you, didn't I? If you ever cheated on me again, we'd be through.
Hey, wait, Clara. I'm really sorry. I mean it this time. Please don't do this.
Oh, yes, you're in quite a predicament, aren't you? If the CEO of a company were having an affair with a girl 20 years his junior, that might harm the company's image, wouldn't it? I think the board of directors might like to hear more about this.
No, wait, please. Clara, listen. I totally get it, you're right. But please don't divorce me.
What are you planning to do about that girl, Sam? She's already 6 months pregnant. The baby will be born soon.
Yeah, about that. I was thinking I could pay her child support and make her sign an NDA. That'd solve all her problems, wouldn't it?
That wouldn't solve anything. Ugh, I'm getting tired. She's pregnant, Sam. You need to take responsibility. Divorce me and marry her.
No, Clara, please!
However, I can make this a clean and easy divorce with just one condition.
You can?
The main issue is your affair being uncovered, isn't it? I'll come up with a good reason to have an amicable divorce. All you need to do is marry Judy before the child is born. I won't ask for any punitive damages or alimony. Just give me my share of our assets.
Are you sure? Is that really all you want? What's in it for you?
What's in it for me? Getting rid of my lying, cheating husband, for starters. I don't feel like dealing with any more messages from your mistress. Our kids are all already adults, so there's really nothing keeping us together at all now. We'll each take what's ours and part ways.
Really? You're okay with that? Oh, wait, what's the one condition? What do you want me to do?
The one condition is this. Don't have any contact with your mistress until the divorce is finalized.
That's really all you want from me?
If you want to hide your affair, it's best to leave as little evidence as possible, right? You can do what you wish with her after the divorce. So, what do you say? Do you agree to my terms?
Yes, of course! Anything to keep my affair from getting out. Clara, I'm really sorry about everything. I hurt you a lot, I know, but... Hey, you're free now, so go and be happy without me.
Yes, indeed, free as a bird. I'll contact my lawyer and have him draw up the divorce papers. I'll send them to you after I sign them.
Got it!
Hello, Judy.
Finally. What took you so long? So when are you getting divorced?
Let me ask you something first. Do you understand that what you were participating in was adultery? You were in a romantic relationship with a married man.
Of course I know that, but can you really blame me? I just happened to fall in love with someone married to someone else.
That's not the issue. Your adultery has led to me divorcing my husband. You're going to take responsibility for your part.
What do you mean? Do you want money or something?
You're a clever little thing, aren't you? You're aware that legally I'm entitled to receive damages from you. I want you to pay for what you've done.
Oh, okay. Well, how about 60,000?
60,000? My, that is a big number.
I have no idea how much people typically pay. But considering your situation, with you being a dried-up old hag about to get thrown away by her husband, I figured it's the least I could do for you, LMAO. Sure, I'll pay you 60,000. So divorce him already, okay?
My, oh my, aren't you a generous little girl? I want to get this over with as soon as possible, too, but are you sure you can pay $60,000?
Yeah, no problem. Sam's the CEO, isn't he? What's 60,000 to a guy like him? He loves me enough to pay 60,000 for me.
How lovely. Well, if that's what you're willing to pay, I'll accept your offer. You'll pay it in a lump sum, won't you? I'd rather not have the payments drag out over several years.
Yeah, that would suck. After we get married, I never want you to contact us again.
All right, then it's settled. A lump sum payment of $60,000. I'll have my lawyer draw up an agreement. Send it back as soon as you sign it. Once I get that, I'll divorce him right away.
Fine, I'll sign it as soon as I can. So hurry up and divorce him.
My pleasure. The agreement came in the mail yesterday, so I just went to the courthouse to finalize the divorce. As of today, we are officially no longer married.
Yes! It's about time. Now I can live with my rich husband in his huge mansion.
Congratulations. I wish you both the best.
Thanks a bunch. But what are you gonna do now? Now you're just an old woman who got thrown away by her husband. You better make that 60,000 last.
Oh, speaking of which, I had a question for you. Do you mind?
Another question? Sure, fine. You must be so lonely, getting divorced at your age, LMAO. So ask away, lonely old lady.
How nice of you to spare some time for me. I'd like to ask you, how are you planning to pay the $60,000? You said you were planning on getting Sam to pay it for you, but he's penniless.
What?
Sam doesn't have any savings or even any possessions of much value. And you don't seem rich. So I was wondering how you were going to pay.
What? Lol, what are you talking about? He's got that huge house and that awesome sports car. If he's in trouble, he can just sell one.
Both the house and the car are mine, though. They're not Sam's. So I wouldn't appreciate him trying to sell them.
Huh?
He's cheated on me 4 times before now. And every time he's transferred more property into my name.
What? He's had 4 affairs?
Oh, didn't he tell you? Well, I don't suppose he would he? You know how you messaged me gloating about your affair with my husband? That's actually the 5th time this has happened.
No way, you're lying. He said I was the only one.
I've threatened the other girls with lawsuits to make them break up. Or just told them about how he has no money, so they lose interest. And sometimes they just come to their senses when they think about how old he is. I mean, seriously? A girl in her 20s getting hit with a 5-figure lawsuit? And all she gets out of it is a 50-ish guy with no money? It's really not worth it when you think about it.
Hold on a minute. What do you mean he has no money?
I told you, you're his 5th mistress. Every time he cheated, he transferred some of his assets to me. The first time, he gave me his savings from when he was single. The second was all his gold and other valuables. The third time, it was his car and our savings since we've been married. And the 4th time, he put the house in my name. But he's still on the hook for all the loans. So, since we're divorced, what's he got left? His salary, minus the car and home loan payments. He's terrible with money, too. So he doesn't even have much in personal savings.
No, that can't be true.
It is. The savings he gave me for his 3rd mistress was all money I took out of his pay. He hasn't saved a dime on his own since that. The only reason we weren't out on the streets was because I handled his money for him.
Wait, then how am I gonna pay $60,000? I was gonna have Sam pay for it!
Yes, that's what I was trying to ask you earlier. Oh, and I won't let you split it up into monthly payments, so don't bother asking. You might just have to take out a loan. I honestly don't see how it's worth it to you. $60,000 for a guy who'll be a senior citizen when you're just turning 40? Your kid will be graduating high school and he'll be in a nursing home.
Okay, you know what? I've changed my mind. You can have him.
Sorry, I have a strict no returns policy. I expect the $60,000 to be wired by no later than this weekend. Good luck!
Hey, Clara! Why did you say to Judy? She's been messaging me for about an hour about the money.
Oh, she must mean the settlement for your affair. She said she'd pay me $60,000. I guess she was planning on you paying it for her. So I told you that you didn't have any assets. That's all.
You what? Wait, what do you mean I don't have any assets?
Oh, not you two, come on. You gave them all to me as payment for your previous affairs, remember? Sure, I've let you keep using the car and living in this house, but they're mine, not yours.
Oh,
Oh, good grief, how did I put up with you for so long? Do you know the reason why I agreed to divorce you with just a division of assets? It's because you have nothing left for me to take from you.
hey, listen, Clara, I've been thinking. Can we talk this over one more time?
I have nothing to discuss with you anymore. Our divorce is finalized. You're nothing to me anymore. Shouldn't you be going to get married to Judy right now?
Clara, come on! $60,000? That's ridiculous!
She said she'd pay it. Signed an agreement and everything.
Why is this happening to me?
I think you know why. Anyway, I'll leave you to figure out how to come up with the $60,000. I need to get ready for the big move. Our daughter and her husband said that I could come and live with them in France. So I decided to sell the house and car and move with them.
Huh? France? Wait, her husband? When did she get married?
Oh, yes, you didn't know, did you? She was studying in France around the time of your second affair. When the time came for the wedding, she explicitly refused to invite you. I believe her words were, "That man isn't my father." Oh, and your son is about to have a baby. But you didn't know that either, did you?
Nope.
You only have yourself to blame. Well, hopefully you do better with your child with Judy. Good luck and goodbye. Sam sent me messages periodically after that saying he wants to talk. But I ignored them all and eventually blocked his number. I sold the house and the car right away and stayed at a hotel for a while so I wouldn't have to see him. Sam and Judy had a huge fight over the $60,000 payment to me. Sam said he didn't want to pay it and tried to call off the wedding. So Judy stormed into his company office and exposed their affair. He lost the trust of his employees and even a few large clients. He would have been better off just paying the $60,000. The baby's about to be born. I wonder how they're going to get through this. Not that it's my concern anymore. Once I got my affairs in order, I headed over to France and started my new life with my daughter's family. It's difficult starting over in a foreign country, but I'm enjoying every day. I'm not hurting for money, so I think I'll treat myself to a nice dinner. 5 or 6 days a week.
Hey, Kate, are you there? I just wanted to ask you a quick little favor, if you didn't mind and have the time. I was wondering if you could bring me a couple of changes of clothes here, and if that would be alright. And maybe I could give you the clothes that I got here, and you could take them home and wash them up, please? I'm really trying to create as little work for you as possible, I promise, but I think that I really need some new clothes right now. I've already worn what I have for a week or so, just cycling through everything. Kate, could you please pick up the phone? We haven't even talked in a few days, and I really miss you. Is everything okay? I really do wish that you would answer me so I can know if you're alright. My messages aren't even coming up as read anymore. I really just wish that you would respond to me in some way. Okay, I guess you're just busy right now. I'll try and reach out to my mom about the laundry then, so don't worry about it. But I really would appreciate it if you would reach out to me and let me know what you're up to. I just wish that I could leave already and that you and I could be together. Anyways, I guess I'll leave it there. Please get back to me when you see this.
Hey, Brian, are you there? You better pick up the phone right now. Serious to talk about. Missed call. Missed call. Pick up the phone right now! I'm trying to talk to you! Don't you ignore your father-in-law like this!
Oh, Greg, sorry, I wasn't looking at my phone and I had it on silence. I'm just seeing all this right now. Oh. What's the matter? Is it something you want to talk to me about? You said it was serious. What's it about?
This is about the fact that I want you to know that just because your wife is in the hospital doesn't mean that you can run around and cheat on her.
Wait, what? What do you mean by any of that? I don't understand.
I mean that just because Kate has been stuck in the hospital for a while doesn't mean that you have permission to go sleeping around on her. You really are a horrible husband, you know that? How can you just abandon your own wife in the hospital, not ever go and visit her, and decide to cheat on her on top of all that?
Wait, Greg, please, you've got this all wrong. I'm not cheating on Kate, I swear to you.
Cheating on her when you're not busy, then why don't you go to the hospital and visit her, huh?
Well, it's just a little difficult right now.
So then you're really not going to come and see her at a time of need at all right now?
I'm really sorry, Greg, I just can't right now.
You really are a bad liar, you know that? I mean, how can you just abandon your wife in the hospital like this when she needs you right now? I hope all the fun you're having is worth it, because we all know what a terrible person you really are now.
No, wait, please let me explain. The reason why I can't go and visit Kate in the hospital is because I'm in the hospital too, you see.
Wait, what? What do you mean that you're in the hospital? What happened?
Well, this all goes back about a week ago, actually. I was out for a little walk, and as I was trying to cross the street, a bike came out of nowhere and clipped me. They actually hit me pretty hard, and I broke my right leg, and I've been in the hospital recovering ever since.
So then, you mean it? You're really in the hospital as well?
Yeah, exactly. Did you really not know about all that? I would have thought that Kay would have told you about this. I mean, she does know that I'm here after all.
Wait, really? She knows that you're in the hospital right now? Well then, I guess I just have to say that I'm really sorry. I had no idea about any of this, and I really shouldn't have sent you those angry messages.
Well, I mean, those messages were a bit much, but as long as you understand the situation now, I guess that's all that matters. But I guess that means that there are a ton of people in the hospital right now then. I mean, there's me, Kate, and even Holly, right? How's Holly doing, by the way?
Yeah, Holly's still in the hospital as well. She went out with a friend, and I guess at some point she fell down some stairs and ended up hurting herself. Overall, the damage wasn't that bad, but she did hit her head, and so the doctors were of course nervous about that, and wanted to keep her in the hospital to examine her further.
I see. Well, I'm really sorry that I haven't been able to see either of them while they're in the hospital right now. But actually, if it's okay, I have something that I want to talk to you about, and I think you might have the answer.
Well, I guess after the way I treated you, that's the least I could do. What is it? What are you curious about?
The thing is that I haven't actually been able to get a hold of Kate for the past few days now. But now you're telling me that she's in the hospital, and I wonder if that's why I haven't heard from her at all.
You mean you and Kate haven't even been talking to each other for the past few days? Well, both Kate and your daughter just went into the hospital today, actually. When I got to the hospital, I tried to call your landline, but there was no one to answer the phone, and that's why I started to message you on your cell phone. But the reason that I said what I did is because Kate told me that she was worried that you were cheating on her. I guess I just believed her and didn't ask for any more details, and then when I started messaging you,
I see. Well, thank you for clearing that up, but I want you to know that I promise I am not having any kind of affair. Although I wonder why Kate would tell you that. I think I know why, though. The thing is that I've been coming home from work later and later because things are getting so busy for us, so I can't say that I don't understand why she might be suspicious. So I think what this really boils down to is all the hours that I've been having to put into my job.
you really think that's where she was getting that notion from? Well, if that's the case, I'll go and talk to her about that and explain what you told me. By the way, which hospital are you in right now?
It's the one not far from Kate and I's house across the street from that one thrift shop, you know?
Oh, I see. The girls are both in a general hospital in the next town over where I live.
Oh, well, that's good to know that we're not actually that far away when you think about it.
I think that if I got on the freeway, I could basically make it to where you are in about 15 minutes or something like that. Actually, if it's okay with you, I'd like to go out there and talk to you for a little bit about something in person.
Yeah, that's no problem at all, just be careful coming over. It's not like I'm gonna be going anywhere soon, though, and there's something that I'd like to talk to you about in person as well.
Ryan, are you there? I'm so sorry that I couldn't get back to you this whole time. You're not going to believe it, but my Holly and I are actually in the hospital just like you. We were going out with a friend, and then we both fell down the stairs and ended up needing to go see the doctor. We're not quite back to our full strength yet, but the doctor told me that I could go and reset back with my parents if I wanted to. But more than anything, I'm just glad that I wasn't seriously injured and didn't suffer any kind of permanent damage.
Oh, I see. Well, that sounds like a real mess, but I'm glad you're okay and we'll get to go home soon.
Well, what about you? How are you doing? Do you still need me to bring your clothes, or did you manage to get that figured out since you reached out to Tom?
Yeah, don't worry. I just reached out to my mom and I asked her if she wouldn't mind bringing me something to wear.
Got it. Well, I am glad that you were able to get that sorted out without me. I really am sorry that I wasn't able to get back to you at all, but I'll come and visit with you with Holly soon, okay?
Hey, Greg, are you there? I just wanted to let you know that I got a message from Kate. She told me she's out of the hospital and was going to be recovering at your place for the time being. I was just wondering if that was really true. Is she really over there at your guys' house right now?
No, actually. Kate isn't here, and if she was gonna be coming, then I haven't heard anything about that at all. But we do have Holly home here with us.
I see. Well, I guess that just makes me have even more questions than anything.
Well, while you've been in the hospital, Kate told me that she had her hands full with Holly, and that things were getting difficult with you there. So she asked me if I could watch her, and I've been taking care of your daughter for about 2 weeks now.
Wow, you've been watching Holly for 2 weeks now? Just what is Kate up to?
I'm not really sure. I'm just glad that I have Holly here so nothing is happening to her while Kate is out there doing, whatever it is that she's doing.
Well, I guess it's a good thing that we were able to talk in person about this a little the other day. It seems that our worst fears might be right after all, though.
I know what you mean, and I really want to say how sorry I am about all this.
No, Greg, you don't have to apologize for anything at all. I'm just grateful that you have been on my side and been so understanding through this whole ordeal. Anyways, I'll let you know as soon as I'm all ready here. And I'm just really sorry to have to ask, but could you just please hold on to Holly for a little bit longer?
Of course, it's no problem at all. I would be more than happy to watch her.
Greg, are you there? I just wanted to say how grateful I am that you took Holly to come and see me the other day. Also, I heard that you took her to go and see my parents afterwards as well, isn't that right?
Yeah, that's right. Holly was telling me how long it's been since she's last seen her other grandparents, and so we went there afterwards. But your parents were very surprised and happy to see us. They were saying how they just wish that you could be out of the hospital already.
Greg, I can't tell you how much it means that you did that. Thank you again, really. But now I guess that we should probably talk about the matter at hand, right?
I suppose so. How are things on your end? Did you get all the preparation done that you need to?
I think so, yeah. If everything goes according to plan, we should be ready for things to go down at my house around 9 in the morning tomorrow. If I could ask you to be ready by then, I'd be really grateful. Thank you.
You got it. I guess I'll see you tomorrow at 9, okay? Get some rest.
Hey, Kate, I was just wondering if you were still recovering at your parents' house right now?
Hey, Brian. Yeah, I'm still here with my parents, just trying to get over my injuries. I'm mostly healed up, but there is still some pain and discomfort, so I'm trying to take it easy and not to push myself. Although, because I fell down the stairs, I noticed that I just get really scared when I'm near tall places now.
I see. Well, that kinda stinks, given that our apartment is on the 7th floor of our building then, huh?
That's right, and I really wanted to take Holly and go to visit you in the hospital, but when I learned what floor you were on... Well, I'm sorry, but I think I'm just not mentally ready to be in a place like that right now, but you understand, don't you?
It's okay, Kate. You don't have to worry about that. Thankfully, my mom has been coming to keep me company.
That's great to hear. Please tell your mom that I'm really thankful to her for doing that and that I'm glad she's there for you. It's a really good thing that your family lives so close to the hospital where you're at right now. I promise to work on this new fear of heights that I've gotten and try to overcome it by the time that you're ready to leave the hospital.
Oh, you don't need to worry about doing anything like that, I don't think.
What do you mean? I'm scared of heights now, and I want to be over this fear by the time we're living together again.
I just mean that you won't have to do that because you're already at our apartment right now, aren't you? I mean, people have already seen you walking around town too, even though you're supposed to be injured and immobile. But from what I've heard, it sounds like you're already over your fear of heights, given that you've been coming to and from our apartment this whole time. Not only that, but people have even seen you coming in and out of our place with a man who isn't me.
Wait, Brian, what is this? What are you talking about? I told you that I'm staying with my family right now while I recover. Do you really think that I'm out doing something with other people when I'm still injured?
Oh please, the only one who's at your parents' house is Holly, isn't it? Meanwhile, you've been taking advantage of the fact that I'm at the hospital to go and run around with whoever this other man of yours is, right?
Brian, how could you say that? Of course I'm not doing anything like that at all. You're not actually serious about this, are you? I mean, you do know that I actually fell down the stairs and have been healing this whole time, don't you? How can you even joke about me lying about this?
About where these stairs were that you fell down were? They were at the apartment of the boyfriend of yours while he was away on a business trip, right?
Are you still going on about this other man? I am telling you that I have no idea what you're talking about at all.
Why are you still lying to me about this? I know that you'll leave Holly with a friend or with parents and then go over and see this guy. But this time you didn't have anyone to watch over Holly, so you took her to this man's apartment, huh? But that was then, while climbing up the stairs when going to his place, both you and Holly slipped and fell down the stairs. Then, when you were gonna call the ambulance, you didn't want any questions about where you were or why you were there. So you drove all the way back to our place, pretended to fall down the stairs again, and then you called the ambulance. And ever since then, you've been holed up in our apartment, haven't you?
But how do you know all this? I don't get it.
Because while I have been here in the hospital, I also hired a private investigator to follow you and watch what you were doing.
Why would you do that?
Because you were acting suspicious and things weren't adding up. So as he was following you to your boyfriend's place, he heard both of you fall and watched you get in your car and drive back to our place.
You mean that this person you hired to follow me saw the whole thing?
That's right. I know the whole truth and there's nothing you can say that's gonna convince me otherwise. But that's all you're gonna hear about this from me. I'll leave what happens next up to your dad.
My dad? What do you mean? What does he have to do with any of this?
Well, he's actually waiting right now outside of our building. He even caught your little boyfriend as he tried to leave the building.
He caught him? But how did he even know who he was?
Well, that's what you get for sleeping with someone who works for your dad. He told me via text about how he caught this guy and that he knows exactly who he was.
Brian, are you there? Please, you have to help me. At the very least, you have to give me custody of our daughter. I don't care if you want a divorce. If that's what you want, then I'll give it to you. Just please don't take my little girl away from me.
I can't believe that you're seriously asking me this. After you let our daughter fall down the stairs, you didn't call for help and you changed the scene of the crime first. But what if Holly had been seriously injured? Don't you realize the risk that you were taking with her health just so you wouldn't get caught? Do you ever really think I would ever entrust my daughter to someone like you ever again?
What are you talking about? How can you accuse me of trying to put our own daughter in harm's way?
What do you mean, what am I talking about? Are you really gonna pretend like we haven't already talked about this? I am talking about not only were you lying about taking care of Holly, when what you were really doing was dropping her off at a friend's place or your parents to go and cheat on me, but on top of that you actually brought our daughter to the home of the man who you were having an affair with, let her get injured, and then waiting to call for help until you thought you wouldn't get in trouble for it.
Well, what was I supposed to do? I didn't have anyone else who I could leave her with.
What were you supposed to do? You weren't supposed to cheat on me for starters!
But I already had it in my schedule to meet up with this guy. I can't just change my schedule like that.
Are you seriously ignoring the part where you are literally cheating on me, your husband? I don't care how you see the situation, the fact of the matter is that I've been given custody of Holly and you are never gonna have her again.
But you can't keep her. If you have her, then that means that I have to pay you child support.
That's right, and don't forget about the money that you owe me after I sue you for the affair, too.
But I'm going to be flat broke by the time I pay you all that.
Kate basically ended up having to pay me all the money that she had saved up for herself before the two of us were married. Then she still had monthly child support payments to make as well. She ended up having to beg her father to help her find a job, and he found her a position in one of her friend's businesses. Her parents even let her move in with them on the condition that they would strictly control all of her money and how late she would stay out. As for Holly and I, we had support from friends and family come flooding in after the divorce. Even without all the money from child support, just knowing how many people have been willing to help us makes me think that we'll be just fine.